hit the button for it to go into live. So first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird, Black Series Edition LLC. Crystal Edge, well, I can't say Crystal Edge because Crystal Edge is being changed to a new company's name. So we'll go with Black Series Edition LLC. We're still keeping the web page, don't get me wrong. It's just going to be to another domain name and that on and that on. So anyway, beautiful morning here in Allentown. I wanted to get a nice little thumbnail snap of that. Maybe camera will pick it up and I can use it later on. But over here out in the park on a Saturday, and I am came from the home front. This is what I'm having for breakfast. This is what I want for breakfast. I'm like, why are you eating that for breakfast? That's what I eat. I told you, I have an appetite like a 5-year-old kid. That's what I eat. I just work out a lot. That's what evens and balances it all out, people. And this is something I fell in love with. Oh my goodness, this spray here is the freaking bomb. This is my crack. This is literally my crack. Freaking birthday cake milkshake. It is freaking amazing. I got one of them. One back and got 2 more. I got to be careful with them. Well, let's see how much. Well, I really don't care about the calories. I burn calories off in a day just walking around, so it's really gonna make a difference. But anyway, got a chance to get a sneak peek of the Cyberpunk office, eh? Yeah, I'm still working on it. So, you know, most people in the office building, they just come in and basically, you know, it's just, for me, it's different. Like my setup is completely different, and they understand that because I developed tech, so mine's different. I literally have to have my technology in there, in there. So the LED lights are not taped to the wall or anything like that. They're basically those rope lights, which I like, and I went out and got these hooks that have the double-sided tape that peel right off, without damaging none of the wallpaper or anything. And I got them slapped in there. They're just locked in there real nicely. So it works out quite nice. Got it wrapped around the desk and everything. So I'm not done with the environment yet. I still got 2 computers I'm still working on building my light up machines, lights and fans. I'm converting the Dells into some high-tech PCs. I'm giving a bit of an upgrade. New power supply, basically new power supply, new video card, and the liquid cooling system, which they definitely need because them cases suck. They got them in. And they got to come out of the cases too. They need more airflow. So I got 2 of those I got to build. And then my desk has a very interesting monitor I'm designing. It's a PC projection screen setup that I'm hooking up for the desk. And the entire desk, I actually had to order and measure the desk so I can get this giant customized mouse pad with LED lights on it. We can get them custom made. I didn't even know that. To cover the whole desk. So one side's going to have some plexi on it, which is screen, and the other side is going to have this little customized screen, which you can't go all into how I'm designing it because I want to surprise you by showing it. But it does involve a Dell 500 lumen projector. Because remember, when I was in the garage, I was in all that lighting, and I was using for showing off displays on that table was a 50 lumen projector. So we got a 50 lumen projector to run in the garage. Yeah, in the office, a 500 lumen projector is a freaking cakewalk. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. Hold on a minute. Thank you, Lord, for this wonderful, blessed meal which you have blessed us to have and receive on this day. Pray for those who do not have enough to eat, that you may bless them as you blessed us. Thank you, Lord, for all things. In Jesus' name, amen. Yeah, so I'm putting all my LED lights in, all that stuff right now. And it's just combining how I want the LED lights in. I don't want too much of one side or too much of the other. I do want some yellow in there. Definitely want some yellow. So I'm doing a whole Cyberpunk setup. I ordered this this waterfall system. It is gorgeous, and it's actually dyeing the water. So actually, the LED lights inside, I'm going to install it inside the water fountain. The water comes up like a kind of a greenish turquoise blue. Is sick, and all that's going to be colored. And the LED lights I'm putting inside activate the water. Got a jellyfish display, a LED light, liquid jellyfish display I'm putting in. This place is going to look pretty cool. But it's going to be embedded with all our technology. So when people come into this environment, we can have the lights on, we can operate all the screens with the lights on. People come in and see this, they're like, wow, even the floor. I ordered the tile system for the floor, the mats, which they like because, again, we're not going to be on the rug, but the mats. Floor, I got to take apart the desk, move it to one side, cover the entire floor with these mats. The mats are going to be coated. Now, we're not coating them there. since we got a shop, we're going to take them to the shop and coat them and bring them back and basically put them all together on the floor. And I'm going to be able to project my koi fish or whatever I want to the floor. So when people come in to our office, everything they'll see is our technology wrapped all around them. It's like an office and a showroom at the same time. Tell me that's not cool. That's why it pays at the end of the day to develop other things than the same old screen paint every freaking day for 5 years. You know how much stuff we have developed on how we can utilize that stuff on so many different levels? I literally can build my own showrooms because all the technology we have in there is ours. And with God's gift on teaching me how to build and design computers, I can design any server, any gaming PC, anything we want. It also comes in handy when you're modding the PS5 too, which I got one coming in. I got to take that thing apart now. That's going to be more of a complex mod than a PC, because the PC is already the sum. We can put that together, it's easy. But you're taking apart a system and turning it almost to a PC. I can't do that case. That case is ugly. I know some people say they get offended by that, but it's my personal opinion. The case is ugly. It's an ugly case. It's the most ugliest case I've ever seen on a console system. Don't get me wrong. The Xbox didn't do no better. But that thing looks like a square waistband, a waist can. I wouldn't even know what to do with that thing. I got to buy one anyway because I want to take it out and mod that one too. But taking apart that one, I give you one thing. The PS5 system to take apart is much more easier than the Xbox system. The Xbox system is a nightmare, I heard. And I watched the schematics how they do the teardown. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to that one. But I'm going to take one apart and put it in a case. But no, I hate the PS5 case. I hate it. Not only that, I hate the way they constructed the whole system. Like again, I told you before that you're going to have to go inside of it. You don't have a choice. Your system's going to burn out. It's designed to collect dust, as everything else is designed to collect dust. At least with PCs, you have filters on them. You can actually slide them out and clean them. Or if you just skip all the fans and just go liquid cooling system, you don't have that issue. But with the gaming systems, with that fan's a dust collector. And if you got this thing sitting on your floor, oh my goodness, you got it sitting in a cabinet, even worse. So you got to avoid your warranty to get to the power supply. Or we're going to send it back to somebody and have them do it. They still got to go past that little sticker system. But yeah, your fan, your system for your power supply collects dust. And all them little holes get clogged up. And then you wonder why your system is not running right, why it's laggy and you're having problems with it, stuttering, like it's stuttering. It's because your system's about to burn out. That's what's happening to your system. It's overheating. There's no airflow pushing back and forth in that place. It's pretty bad. So when I saw the guy take it apart and I was watching where the power supply, I was like, oh shoot, you got to go past your warranty stickers. And they allow you to go and mess with the hard drive, of course. But do you have any idea what it costs you to update your hard drive, upgrade your hard drives? If you're getting an official, and I'd rather go with an official. If I'm doing an external hard drive, I'd rather go with an official drive than stick a third party in there and damage my system. You know, I mean, the worst is going to happen if you basically use an external, you're going to burn out a port, you know, about wrecking your system. So I would basically go legit 100% PS5 hard drive certified at the end of the day. Not somebody says they could be, no, somebody actually is. And the company PS hard drive that's 4 terabytes is $350. So I'm spending, for my PS system, I spent $499, $500. By the time I get done updating the hard drive on that thing, it's going to cost me more than what the system costs. So you're paying for 4 terabytes, $350 for 4 terabytes. On PC, that is 20 terabytes. 20 terabytes on PC. So now you can update your inside with 4 terabytes of hard drive space, right? But it does 8. So the other 8 is going to have to be external. Those have the cases on them. They cost even more because they have a case system on them. So Somebody can get one for $100. I'm not trusting my memory on a system that costs $100. The reason why it costs $100. If you're going to do this right, you got to spend the money. So I'll say altogether, roughly $700 is what it's going to cost me to go in and upgrade that memory, because the memory come with is trash. First things first, the PS4 came with a terabyte. So how in the world is a PS5 system supposed to be the next gen, and it has the exact same terabyte hard drive space that the old gen was using? Another reason why to tell you the system is not doing so good, and some people saying, well, it's doing great. No. The PS4 should have been long discontinued. I've been buying games that make the graphics and Pong. Okay, I've been around for a very long time. I remember when the Atari 64 came out, all the way down to the Vectrex system, if you had one of them. We're talking about Odyssey. I had one of those units. You ever had an Odyssey before? A Pong system by Tandy Corporation. Before Radio Shack was called Radio Shack, it was called Tandy. So I've been around for a while. So what I've seen was when a system comes out, the older gen doesn't last long. It's gone. They stopped supporting it. Why would you continue to make games for an old system at the end of the day? So what happens is they get rid of it, and they port all the good games, of course, over to the new system to force you to buy it, which you do. But if you look at the PS4 dashboard, you will notice that there's games in there for the PS4, the exact same hot games. It's not all of them. I'm not saying not all of them. Some of them won't support the older system. But a good majority of them are being still made for PS4. Why? There are more PS4 gamers than there actually are PS5, because the PS5 launch was a mess. You couldn't get it in the hands of people who actually were the gamers. And people were going in, they were buying up the systems, they were selling them. You remember that fiasco? Couldn't get one? It was never instant like that. I never remember anything in any gamer history where it took that long to get your hands on the system. Even the Dreamcast was easy to get your hands on. That was a hot commodity. So the reason why they're still supporting the 4, because the 4 makes money. That's why. And I'm kind of thinking, like, should I really put the money into a PS5? Because it's been here for a bit. And who's to say they're going to be working on another system, right? And I dropped all this money into this system to upgrade it, because, let me put it this way, people. The system should have came with a 4 terabyte capability from the door. If it has the ability to be upgraded to 4 terabytes, it should have been 4 terabytes from the door. It's a next-gen system. You don't even have a full terabyte in there. You have less than that. You have something like roughly, I think, 875 something gigs. That's all you have, because your system has updates that go through. And your system takes them a good chunk of your updates on your hard drive. And you do know you constantly go through these updates all the time, right? So it does take a little bit from you each time. And then the games you're making, they take more and more and more memory. As in Call of Duty takes up 200. How's that going to work at the end of the day? Then you're back to square one, where basically you were deleting games just to add games. You know how messed up that is? That's pretty messed up. PC gamers don't have that issue. It's almost like we have infinity amount of hard drive space. There's no such thing as a cap. I don't think we have a cap. I gotta look that up. I don't even have a cap. So, if you're going to make a system close to a PC, you're going to have to put in more hard drive space than a terabyte. That's a joke at the end of the day. I got flash drives bigger than that. And you're going to put down a system. Now, for people sitting there saying, oh, but you're putting the system down. No, I'm not putting the system down. Putting the company down, because the company should have literally came up with a 4 terabyte for that thing. If you knew it could take 4 terabytes, why didn't you just put 4 terabytes in? That saved me $350. Anybody else that has one, guess what? It saved them $350. So if you knew the capacity was 4 terabytes, why didn't you just put 4 terabytes into it? You was charging everybody all that money. And you know they're not going to pay $350 for it. Come on. Does it actually do 4K? I'm going to test that and see if that thing actually does 4K. Because the graphic card I'm going to have on my PC does 4K. I got a 5090 coming in for the big boy PC, not for the Dells. The Dells can't handle that thing. I got something else coming in the building. a Fallout PC. And 5090s coming on them. So, let me see. I know for a fact that the first PS5s had 3080s on them. RTX 3080s. And then you had that thing with COVID. And they made the graphic cards and the videos go through the roof because they were really hard to get because, again, it comes from you manufacturing parts overseas. When you manufacture your parts overseas and they can't get them, guess what happens? The price of the ones over here go up because they become a rare commodity. That's why you have those memes about people talking about how the video card is shot to the roof. That's why I invested in the video. But anyway, so with that being said, the original PS5 system didn't have the graphic card needed to give it that power. So they brought out a whole new system. A lot of people don't realize that. They both had the terabytes on it. But the new systems have one has this, I think the Slim has a 3060 and the other one has a 3070. Or did they switch over to AMD? I don't know, either way, it ain't higher than the one that came with. Because anyone that has the original system, you have a bigger graphic card. You know how hot those things get? You know why they stick fans on them? And if you look at the graphic cards for PC, you know why there's fans all over those things? Because they generate a ton of freaking heat. Yours is a chip. So yours is combined into the CPU. Your CPU and your GPU is all combined into one. That's a bad idea. On PC, it's separate. That's using something called integrated video. Where you're basically just sharing video off your RAM, but you still have a separate chip in there. You have your CPU chip over here and your GPU. They just both share off the same RAM support. That's why you go out and you get yourself, we're talking about older PCs. If you're using PCI slots, you just go out and you get yourself a PCI slot with a dedicated graphic card slot. So you can slide on there and you can free yourself from the video, the onboard video, your onboard RAM. As they're doing old school. That's when you get into IDE cables and all that stuff. But anyway, but getting back to this stuff, they put the GPU and CPU in the same freaking chip, and then you put a fan on top of this? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's why your systems are burning. Put a liquid cooling system on that. You got to put it in a much bigger case, and you're going to have a lot more airflow in there. Gee whiz Louise. I mean, we just don't make it right, do we? Now, Pete, I sit there and say, oh, but PC considers himself to be, you know what? PC considers himself to be the master race because we control. That's why. We control how we want to build our machines. That's what it comes down to. We have that power to control what we want. We can control how big a hard drive we want to put in. We control our graphic cards. We can control everything on there. Motherboard, the whole 9 yards. We literally build a gaming system. That's pretty much what you're building. Even we have our own operating system. You have the Steam operating system. Steam's an operating system for PCs. If you want to go a little farther than that, you can put Linux in there. Linux is actually extremely stable. I would have put Linux in there before I would put XP. XP is asking for too much stuff at the end of the day. But I'm both. I'm console and PC. So, thinking about it, I'm thinking about this. When is the next gen system coming out for the PS5? When's the next PS6 coming out? Because this thing isn't that far away. There's nowhere in the world I'm sinking that much money into a PS5 system. I hope they don't put that thing in a dinky case. Please don't put it in a dinky case. I might just build me a gaming PC. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Because the same games you get on the PS5, you get on PC. Now, I know this causes a lot of people play console with a lot of butt hurt at the end of the day, but it's true. Look, for the longest time, people with consoles, I play consoles. I play a lot of console games. I love consoles. But you gotta face facts, you gotta face truth. Consoles don't make games, PCs make them. When they program your games and all that, it's not being done on a console, it's being done on a PC. Consoles are starting to become full circle. Pretty soon, a console is going to be a PC. That's what it's going to turn into. You do all the same thing PCs do. You just don't have the power of a PC at the end of the day. I would never have to go in and delete games off my PC because I don't have enough space. But you don't have to go through that. Is it a lot more expensive? Yeah, pretty much it's probably a little bit more expensive. But then again, at the end of the day, it's an investment. You don't have to buy a PC or any games for a long time. But I'm still going to buy this PS5 system because I'm just curious what the hype is about. But keep in mind, if I keep it the way it is in the box, it's not going to last long. And people say, well, they had this for quite some time. Yeah, it's true and all, but still, your hard drive is not big enough. Let's see, what's the hard drive on a PS5? Actual hard drive on a PS5. The hard drive is a joke. It's a joke. Come on now. It's a joke. You're running, like I said, your graphic card, even if you're running a 3070 isn't bad. It's not good, but it ain't bad. It's good for a console system, but in the world of PC, it's not good. That's like having a 1660 and try to run an Index or G2 VR. It's not gonna work. You can't run it. And I hated that because Geek Squad was doing that mess. They were basically having these bare bone PCs they were building. They were putting these RTX 1660s in there and saying, "Oh, but you can run VR off of this." No, the freak you can't. Yeah, go ahead and try to run that Steam Index or the G2 or any one of them off that. You're gonna have some issues. It's going to do that system check. You're going to see a bunch of little X's popping up. That's what's going to happen. 1660s, please. Let me see. You know, like I said, you're a young buck, you're a kid at the end of the day. Oh, it's happy, joy all day long. And that's the way it is. You know what I mean? Kids really ain't going to go that many games at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But as being an adult, man, I want what I paid for. And people sitting there, why are you still rocking a PS4? Because I've seen the PS5 already. I'm IT tech. I mean, I build computers at the end of the day, okay? So, let me get this straight. I can pop open that machine. I can read the motherboard at the end of the day and tell exactly if this machine is going to give me what I want. But from reading from the specifications, it isn't all right. It ain't worth all that hype. I can build me a low-class PC for the same price that unit costs and still be better. I'm just going to change my hard drives out. I'm going to put the bigger hard drives in. So let me see. PS5. That's what's got me thinking right now. The system's been out for a bit. When's the next release for the next system? Next release for the next console system. Let me see. I'm just curious. If there's any chatter about PS. I'd go to some other places to find that out. Oh, wait, no, better yet, but let me find that. That's a better one. How old is the PS5? Yeah. Well, the PS5 launched, let me see. What's the PS5? I think it's November the 12th, 2020. That thing's old. It's 4 years old. So the PS5 is 4 years old. Yeah, I'm not doing this. It's too old. I can see about the system when they first came out, but I forgot you couldn't get them when they first came out because they were impossible to get your hands on. Remember that fiasco? It's a 4-year-old machine. I'm building a gaming PC. I'm not going to waste the money. But there's exclusive. There is no exclusives on the system. Same stuff you have, we got it on PC. I feel it. Is that old? Wow. So, that's a bad sign. It's been around for 4 years and they're still supporting the PS4. That's not a good sign. That's an extremely bad sign. I don't know if you can see it or not. So it's 4 years old. That means that they're still supporting the PS4, which they shouldn't be. The support should have long been discontinued. And they're still making games for the PS4, if they are. The same games that they're making for the PS5, that's not a good sign. That's an extremely bad sign. Because it means that they need the PS4 in order to stay afloat. The only reason your PS5 exists because the PS4 is still funding it. That's not good. That means there's more PS4 than there is basically at PS5 owners. At this particular point, when most people China gave up on the system because they figured they couldn't get the system, and then by now they're in heavy circulation. Nobody really wants it because the system's too old. It's 4 years. Yeah, that's iffy. Spend that kind of money. Gee whiz. Now I'm skipping. I'm gonna go make gaming PC. I don't want it. I'm gonna go cancel my order. Send it back because it's old, and it's not good. They're definitely gonna come up with a new system. They have to. This thing is blotched. It is blotched. So if they're not already working on a new PS6 already, I wouldn't be surprised because they brought the system out. They had a really good graphic card on it. They had to downgrade the graphic card because it was really hard to get those parts. The new slim version, again, I wouldn't even buy the slim version because if you thought the larger version had a problem with overheating, the slim version is going to have it even worse. The way it's constructed, I don't like. The fact it comes with a terabyte of hard drive space from the door, which is pretty sad. And you don't even have that once you do the systems update. That's gone. Yeah, no. I'm not building it. I might just put the money in that now. So my PC, I'm putting in 100 terabytes of hard drive space. 100 terabytes of hard drive space. You never need all that. My arm, really. So bottom line is, for people when we game on PC, and the first thing they say is a console player. When you're sitting and talking to them, you're telling them how much memory you have in your system. Like, good gracious, like you won't even use all that. You won't use all that. You won't use any of that. Like crackers are these. You won't use all that. It's virtually impossible when you use that much power. It's for bragging rights. That's all it's for. It's basically for bragging for what's under the hood. That's all it is. There's no way you're going to use that. I used to have a 2011 server board. On my 2011 server board, the RAM capability was 256 gigs of RAM. There is no way in the world I'm going to use that kind of power. And it was basically using PC 3000 OC, so it was all overclocked RAM. And I talked to people like, good gracious, it's all about bragging about what's under the hood. All PC gamers do it. You have, even in PC, you have your class. You have, they call it the elitists. The elitists are what you call the highest of the highest. They have the monster PCs that cost probably as much as your car sitting in your driveway. These things are extremely expensive. And yeah, I had this PC. Matter of fact, I hate to put the name to it, but it was the nickname they gave it was God. It was literally that powerful. It took me a lot of money, but I put that thing together. And the only board I could find was a 2011 server board. Yep. And I had people when we go in and we talk to other, even with the realm of PC gamers, that a standard PC build in that world, and you can understand how it is, it's still more advanced than a console system. All right, that's the standard. But even in the world of PC, that to us, the standard is considered to be the bottom dweller to us. And then you have your mid-class and you have your elitists. And look, the console players be getting upset thinking about, we're just as good. No, the freak you ain't. Wake up. Look, I ain't trying to be rude here, but seriously, machines that I built back in the day could make your stuff today look like paperweights. You do not have that kind of power. You don't. Reach the stage of what we have. That's what you have now. You no longer have a console. You have a PC. That's what you have. You have purchased a PC. You're almost near there. You download your games now because it's much easier than basically buffering because you try to buffer these things so it drive you'll overheat your system. So not gonna work too well. You're getting graphic cards much like our machines have, not high-end machines, but you still have it in that category. The only thing failing is your memory is too low. It's way too low. Your RAM capability, other than that, you're almost a PC. Almost. But you're not on the same level as a PC. You're not. Not by far. Your system, you fix your system when it breaks. Do you fix it? Do you open it up and you go basically repair all your stuff and fix it, reprogram, put your drivers in, do you update, do firmware updates, do you do any of that? You don't, right? PCs do that. We do that in a day. If my hard drive has an issue, I just open up the case and pull it out. Graphic cards and upgrade that, and upgrade anything at will. Do I void my warranty if I go inside of my machine? No, it's mine. It's my build. I put it together. You guys are penalized for that. That's one of the things I couldn't stand about when I was in console. I couldn't update something that belonged to me. I paid for this. So if I go in and I want to upgrade my hard drive, I want to basically change anything on it, I'm penalized for this. My warranty, I void my warranty. That's a bunch of crap at the end of the day. But then they gave you, now they throwing you a bone. All they doing is saying, oh, well, you got access to upgrade your hard drive. It used to never be like that. The ones who started giving me the ability to upgrade your hard drives, the Xbox 360s gave you that ability to take them off and put back on and change out your hard drives. But even their hard drives were costing more than the actual raw hard drives you could buy for PC because it had a little case around it. They would charge you more money for it. Yeah. They nickel and dime the daylights out of console. They really do. The more and more I see, the thing about people liked about console is there was the inconvenience. It makes it very simple. It's a simple system to set up. It is. That's why they like it toward PC. But now consoles are becoming more and more like PCs now. You require multiple updates. I mean, lots of updates. I remember it was rare that you get an update on a Xbox 360, or you would get one on a Dreamcast, and Atari wouldn't get jack at all, period. Or not even Nintendo or Genesis, you wouldn't get anything at all, period. But now today, your systems require tons of updates. Like the PS systems, if they don't update it correctly, you can't go online. Oh, that's another thing too. You are DRM, even though you don't want to accept it. Yeah, you are DRM. With majority of your games being online, majority of your movies and everything else you download into your system, if you're not online, you don't have access to that. PC doesn't have that issue. We have access to everything. Even if the system's offline, you still have access to it. Another thing too that sucks about console over PC, you pay for your subscription. We don't. And Steam is free. Only thing I gotta pay for is my games. That's it. We have massive sales, all that stuff, everything. We can mod our games. You can't mod games if they scold you for it. I don't know why. They shouldn't let you scold. As long as you put it away. If they don't want people, and I think the gaming mods are fun as I don't know what, and they should let people mod on console. But I think that they should have lobbies for them. So you have a lobby just for modders. Modders can go in there and they can have fun. They can meet other modders and stuff like that. And everybody can have a ball in there. I think that'd be fantastic. I would love to be chased by Godzilla and Grand Theft Auto. That would be freaking hot. But they make it a headache for people who want to mod at the end of the day. So they should just have a special room. Now I can see if you got jokers that are coming online, like Call of Duty, and they're using stuff they shouldn't be using, like immortality and God mode and one hit, one kill, stuff like that. That's cheating. Shouldn't do that at all, period. Other than that, they should have a lobby for people. Just have a modders lobby. People can go in there and just have fun. And on top of that, and if you don't mod it in the day, you get a chance to see some really cool stuff. Because I've seen some people that did some insane mods on Left 4 Dead. I mean, some crazy stuff. What was the one that's all tanks. All tanks. Nothing but tanks. The weapons. Oh my goodness. Modifications to the weapons was so much fun. We had rail guns. We had a flamethrower. We had freaking. We had this gun. The James Bond one hit revolver. Oh man, it was just so much stuff in it. It was just so much fun. It was. Made it rain gnomes. Gave us the ability to be able to fly. Oh man, you could see over the maps and stuff. It's freaking cool. Make the roller coaster activated so you can actually get on a roller coaster and drive. Oh man, they did some cool stuff in there. They really did. Made it all witches. That's a really freaky one. All witches. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that was a real freaky one. But anyway, yeah, it was pretty fun. I had a ball. So that's what they should do. They should make a lobby for modders, and in that way, modders can go in there and learn from other modders, and people have never modded before. You get a chance to get experience and see how crazy some of these games are. You ever play Burnout Paradise with big wheels? I did. And a shopping cart. It's pretty fun with Boost. So yeah, they should have that on there. Because PC, they let them mod all day long, and guess what? They don't get in trouble for it. No. So if they're gonna make these console systems more like PCs, bigger cases, you gotta stop sticking in these dinky little thin purse cases at the end of the day because you're just gonna overheat your system and burn it out. It's not enough proper airflow pushing through these things. You're definitely going to go liquid cooling. I don't know why they don't do liquid cooling. They really should. It really isn't that hard. I mean, you don't have to have a daisy system where you're daisy chaining everything together. You have a basic system, just just your copper block radiator system, one fan, 120 millimeter, 80 millimeter fan. That's basically about it. Simple setup. I'll show you when I do mine. I got to do my two office computers. It's a basic, simple setup. There's no really. I think it's a gel or some kind of liquid they have pushing back and forth between those two pipes. Other than that, yeah, it's not like the complicated ones they have. Where you're putting like some kind of liquid antifreeze and all that stuff, and you have to have these little tiny fans. So not fans, but it's kind of like it's like a little fan, in the pipes. It keeps the flow from the liquid flowing from left to right, and you have to put this special chemical to keep corrosion from building up and blocking the flow of the liquid going back and forth between the radiator and between your CPU or whatever you're trying to cool off at the end of the day. Yeah. And we got lost in translation. You should pretty much know it because again, if you're console pretty much, like I said, what I've seen so far in these systems, yeah, they're coming close to being PC. Only still making y'all pay for y'all subscription. That is jacked up because you really should be getting that for free. We don't pay for subscription at all. That's one thing I like about PC. We don't pay for subscription. Someone's over here walking next to the dog thinking, is he talking to himself? They don't actually see the cell phone right here. You can't see the cell phone from across the street at all. You just see me having this conversation. Yeah. But anyway, as I said before, man, these cookies are something else, man. They're good, man, but they just leave crumbs everywhere. Oh, so over here in the park, they're gonna have a reggae festival over here. Up here. I don't want to eat too much of this. Man, jerk chicken. Oh, curry goat. Oh, we got that black rice, oxtail. I'm gonna hook it up today. Hook it up. See what time we got. I'm gonna go crash family in a few minutes. Jeepers. I like to get out early. Drink this. This stuff right here is a bomb. This is crack right here. This is absolute crack. So it's amazing. If you haven't had this right here, you are missing out. It is absolutely amazing. What's the calories on this thing? Does it really matter anymore? Does it really matter? It tastes like a birthday cake. It literally tastes like a freaking birthday cake. Calories 320. Oh, we kill that easy. We definitely kill that easy. Yeah, I can't wait to show you the business cards. The business cards are sick. They're transparent. You see right through them. They weren't cheap. Oh man, they were not cheap, man. $100 for every 25. Let's go swing in this direction. So people don't think I'm over here having this conversation with myself. But he's over here having a conversation with himself. I think he is. I think he's quite mad. He could be absolutely mad at the fountain over there. He could be absolutely quite mad. Did I throw away the bag for these cookies? I know I didn't throw away the bag for these cookies. I'm gonna put it in my pocket because I'm not a litter bug. I get those things in my pocket all the time. Oh yeah, I did throw it in my pocket. Okay, good. I'm not eating all that. wanted a much smaller bag, I mean, a smaller thing of cookies, but then the old brick right here. I'm only gonna eat a couple, and that's basically about it. Yeah, so we're gonna have a whole little concert out here. Oh, I hope they do some Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley. Whew. I'm gonna start off the back of the seat. Ugh. All right, people. I hope you enjoy this time together. We're gonna discuss screen paint. No, discuss screen paint every single day. I really can do it every day. No, I just want to talk about this console system now. I'm had this little conversation. I'm basically, I don't want it. It's just been 4 years. I think it's 4 years old. Yeah, 4 years old on that system. I don't want to put the money into it. I'm gonna put the money into a PC. So I'm just gonna build me a PC. That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, yeah, it's gonna cost me a couple $1,000s easy, but I'd rather dump the money into that than dump it into a PS2 system. Sorry. All right, PS5. I'm just sitting there saying, "Oh," I know the naysayers give me this minute. "Oh, you just can't afford it." Whatever your opinion is, I don't care. Anyway, I'm building me a gaming system. That's what I'm getting. Build me a gaming PC. At least I can get a monster graphic card in the end. It ain't worth my time. I'm putting that thing together. It isn't. I'm like, "Oh, you can't, you can't, you can't." Hey, look, I pay rent more than just about everybody else. I got a house, office, and a shop I pay on, including supplies, everything else I need, shipping costs, the whole 9 yards. So how much you think I make a day? And I can still sit out here in the park and do this. But in order to get here, you got to work to get it. You got to work. Can't cut corners. Cut corners, you'll be working your job. You'll still be working your job. Can't do that. You got to put that time in. There are people who sit there and work a 9 to 5 and will come back to their dream and work there and work and work and work and work and work. Right when they get off from work. They just came from work to go to work. Because different story. You're working for someone, and in this one, you're actually becoming your own boss. And they will take every red cent, every dime they make. They don't care if they're wearing the same thing every single day. They don't care if their car is bummed out. They don't care. They will sink every dime into their dream. And then there'll be the ones sitting around driving nice cars later on, where everybody sat there and teased them and mocked them at the end of the day, and this, that, and the other. They're the ones that got job security. I can't be fired from my job. Not ever. Not ever. Not ever. Not ever. We literally designed so I didn't realize till I got out here on how much technology we make. We don't want it. We can develop new stuff. We don't have any glass ceilings. They don't exist for us. And then once you realize how to take out the sun, like that right there, with the technology that you can basically use, that's it. So you realize that big bright star up there, the one that when you open up your windows, it washes your screen out, we figured out a way how to get that to work with the new technology, AdTech. That's much brighter than what you're going to have in your living room, your kitchen, anywhere. And we figured out a way how to be able to take that light way up there in the sun and figure out how to get it to transfer through a screen and get an image to pull. Do you have any idea how much power that becomes at the end of the day? What you can do after that? There you go. That's why we have no competition. When the guy said, "What's your competition?" We don't have any. Naysayers, your competition? I got cancel orders on you. I can get more cancel orders a day. I can give you money right now and get it right back. You can't keep it. Can't keep something you can't provide, so there's no point. So, yeah. But I've seen people, do that. I've seen people work their 9 to 5s and come in and put every single penny into the business, build on their dream. And they can be tired from working, but they'll still go in there and get that job done. And people do try to make, I've seen people make screen paints. I've seen their push, I've seen their grind, but these people that I've seen, Y'all don't even know what push and grind is. Heck, you don't even know what a proper move is. You don't even forget to leave that one alone. Because that's just too easy for me right now. Just faking moving. Gee whiz. You don't even know what a pain in the butt. You don't even know what that stands for. I know what that stands for. I've done that multiple times. I have moved multiple times. Oh, I hate it so much. I am never. Next time I'm going to be going over to the acreage, I'm paying somebody to do it. Because anybody who moved, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a freaking nightmare. We're going to get up there and fake and say it's a pain in the butt. Please, stop lying. You know when you move. When you move, yeah, it's exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. It's draining and exhausting. And then by the time you get all that stuff loaded onto the truck, God forbid if you got furniture, and you load all that stuff onto the truck. Because I had like 70 boxes. And thank God I didn't have no furniture. I'm so glad I have no furniture at all. I had 70 boxes. This is why I leave furniture behind. I don't take it with me because that's how much I hate to move. Unless, until oh, you don't have any furniture. My sofa cost me $2,000. My sofa, patio sofa, cost me another $1,500. The sofa that I had sitting in the other room, because I had 3 sofas in there, the sofa I had in the other room would cost me $800. I left a $1,400 bed, master bedroom bed upstairs in the attic, everything, all that stuff. I ain't taking that stuff with me. You have no idea how much of a headache that stuff is to move from A to B. I'll buy it again when I get to the other place. And when I got to the other place, I was like, I don't want any furniture. I'm done. I don't even want to buy furniture. When I leave the home front, I'm leaving all the stuff there. They can have it. I don't want it. Tired of moving stuff. Even the stuff I got now, like my gaming stuff and everything, that's sitting over in a storage unit, I'm literally thinking about leaving it there. I don't want it. As you get older, you realize there's less and less stuff you want to take with you. She's sort of walking a dog. A little community group. Right, people? We're going to vacate. Got things to do. But anyway, we're going to have a little Jamaica thing over here, a little party over here. I plan to be there for that. Whew. Take a walk over here. Give it too nosy. I don't have the patience. Today is my relaxed day. But anyway, yeah. I've seen people drop every penny into building something. And in the long run, it paid off. They don't have the time to be on there hating people and all that dumb nonsense. They're building a company. There's time for all that nonsense. And the people who do have time to do all that stuff, they don't have anything to show for it. Some people got to feel like, oh, but you're busting the people that work. No, I didn't say anything about that. See, this is where you got to listen to what I just said. I said it crystal clear. I said, so the naysayers who twist things up, that if you have a company and you're still working a 9 to 5, and it's been 5 years or so, your business ain't doing too good. Because, can you look at it this way? If his business is doing so good, he wouldn't mind going to his job and quitting every day. Go call him up, leave a message on the machine, and say, I quit. I'm not coming back. And since your company's doing so well, have to rely off your company to support your livelihood. I bet you can't even do it. He can't do it because his business is not doing, and never was doing what it was supposed to do. Because when he wasn't trying to rip me off, he was ripping other people off. He was going, that's how we bumped into him. He was going into people's YouTube channels, and he was asking them about sharing their ingredients with him. That's how we bumped into Jamie. That's how we first met him. He bumped into our channel. He came in and asked me about how I made my products and if I can share my mixes with him. And I said, no, we're not doing that. Now, if he sits on camera and says, no, that's a lie, I never said that. Oh, but it is, Fernando, and I'll tell you why. Because when you first started off, you gave away your products for free. You did videos, tutorials showing people how to make screen paints for free. And we got the video proving it. The video is showing clearly of you mixing some paints together. Now, Who in their right mind would sell a product and show you how to make it for free? It doesn't make any sense. How are you going to basically show somebody to make it for free and then charge them for it? So you know what I'm saying is real. But what happened to all those videos? He got rid of them. There were bunches of them, and I mean lots of these videos of him showing you how to make products for free. And he went out and yelled at all the other people who were selling their products or making money and said, you guys are nothing but a bunch of scam artists. You're just in it to make money. I'm in it to help people out so they don't have to pay for the items and they could get it for free. Remember that, Fernando? You're a liar. I'm glad to bust this guy and catch him every single time. So that's how we had that video showing you how to make the Metallica Mix 2.0 for free, because that was one of the videos out of the many collection of him showing you how to make it for free. But before he could delete the video, we got a copy of it from somebody. And we made copies of it. That's why it's not on his account. That's why it's nowhere. We got rid of it. We have it. So when he came into our YouTube channel requiring about our products, we told him no. And that's when he became obsessed with our company. And started carrying on ever since then. And now, coming soon, process service to your front door and me dragging your behind in court to sue the daylights out of you and throw you in jail for touching my copyrights and everything else. Boy, that didn't work out too well, did it? Nope. So that's where all that got started. Because Jamie was jealous because we wouldn't give him the ingredients of our products. But he was going into other people's sites and he was doing them dirty. He was becoming friends with them, and then he would go in and take their ingredients. He's a thief. So, you hurt some people in the long run. You ripped them off. You took their products. That's what you did. Because their products were the only ones they had. They couldn't make anything else. Unlike us, we can design anything we want. But you ripped off some people I know a long time ago, and you took advantage of these people. And Mr. Fernando, you ever heard of a word called karma? Yeah, it's coming. It's got my name on it, and I'm the one that's going to spear the charge, bringing you down. Because I know the things that you did. I know a lot of things about Mr. Fernando, and dirty things he has done to other YouTubers, to me, just about anybody. Look at him. He went and stole the name Frankenstein. Shows you how much thief he is. He stole a trademark like Frankenstein, made money off it for years, and didn't pay off any royalties to this company. Regardless if they're millionaires or not, it belongs to them. You got to pay that. That shows you how much of a thief he is. So, as I said before, that's how we bumped into him. That's how we met him. He came into our channel asking about our products, and when we refused to give him our ingredients, he started some campaign about how we were scammers and we're ripping people off. Because he was giving away his products for free. He wasn't selling his products. Now you're selling your products. Yeah. So those people that you robbed a long time ago and you did them dirty, well, I'm going to make sure, Mr. Fernando, you got my promise, 100%. I hope you're in the room. Because I want you to hear this, that you're going to jail. And I'm going to sue you for millions of dollars. You can't pay me. It's virtually impossible. You don't have the money to pay me. A friend of mine went through your financial status to see what you were worth. You don't have that kind of money. So since you don't have that kind of money, guess what? You know, this is back in the medieval days. I can throw you in the debtor's prison. But we can't do that because that doesn't exist anymore. But I'm going to take everything from you. You're all going to be home. Well, you won't be homeless. You're going to be locked up. But I'm going to take everything from you. Yeah, look at this beautiful scenery. So I think this is open. We're probably going to pop in here today and check this out. Because I've been looking at going into this museum for quite some time. Cute doggy. All right, people. Should we take a walk around this for a little bit? Yeah, might as well. Yeah, so yeah, he ripped off a bunch of people. That's what he did. And these are people who made these screen paints. He couldn't make any other screen paints. That was their screen paint. So. And he took their ideas and he ripped them off. There was a guy who came on and said something about Jamie, how he didn't like how we treated this company. As Linksy, it was a weird name. It was the name of a company who made these screens. And Jamie went in and flipped the screen around so that the side that was showing made the screen go dark. We bought the same surface, and when I was in doing the demonstration, somebody was nice enough to come in the live stream and say, hey, you got it backwards, because we couldn't tell which side was which. There was no left or right, no back or forward, front on the material. So I'm like, okay, so which side do we have? Somebody came and said, no, you got it the other way around. You got to flip it over. And I go, oh, I was wondering why this thing, because it's so light, why was it so dark? This should have never been that dark. So it showed up, and then they told us that we couldn't use an ultra short throw projector, it had to be long throw. So I went downstairs and got one of the Christie's and set that up and took out the NEC. But yeah, we're able to take the screen because the screen's a light gray screen. But in his demonstration, going against his gray paint, that stuff would have beat his paint easily. He went in and he flipped the screen over to where the dark side was at. When the projector would hit it, it would come up dark. And someone caught him on that and chewed him out on it. Sat there and said that he deliberately takes other people's products and tries to make them look bad to make his stuff look better. Well, Mr. Fernando, with us knowing that, this is where the $1 million lawsuit comes in at. Because you deliberately went in, never had our products, and went in and did these false demonstrations against my company, trying to make my products seem like something that they're not, and started spreading this rumor that we're a scammer. So we're not even anywhere near the $1 million cap. Try 5. That's where we're sitting at right now. Around $5 million. And he'll sit there and say, well, I don't have 5. We know you don't have $5 million. I'm going to bury you in debt. You have to die like 20 times over to break even. The interest will kill your loan. We know you don't have it. But a $5 million lawsuit, including the $150,000 lawsuit, because I'm taking you to small claims court multiple times, or just goes the way around. Small claims court for defamation, everything else, that's going to add up. Yeah. You were just going to take it all from you. That's all. Because that's what they do. Take everything. Wow, this is pretty nice back here. I never really walk back here. And I really walk all around the area. I really don't walk around it much. Not back here. So we got no skateboarding, no bicycles, no rollerblading, and no scooters. I have no idea why you would want to skateboard. There's tons of little branches out here. This is a way to eat cement all day. But yeah. And if you sign anything in anyone's name, it's going to get you in a lot of trouble. See, this is the thing I tell people at the end of the day. If you lose your house in a lawsuit, don't go out and put it in someone's name thinking they're not going to figure it out. Because they are going to figure it out. Because you're going to go through your bank records. When they go through your bank records, they're going to show that you've been making payments on this. I can walk up this way. I'll walk this way. You've been making payments on this building for like so many years. 10, 20 years, like say. You've been making payments on this building. Maybe 10 years, right? All the checks were coming from you. Then all of a sudden, within the timeline of a lawsuit, it switches over to someone's name. It's bank fraud, which now the bank is going to turn around and they're going to file against you, and you're going to get jail time for that. Nope, just take it like a man. Like a man. Take it like a man. That's all you got to do. Take it like a man. This is a nice little area. I wonder if I can rent this out. So, hey, can I rent your spot back here? I want to use it for something. Oh, this would make a nice setup for the Halloween screens right there. That would look, that would look pretty cool. Now I gotta get a picture of that. That looks pretty cool. Gotta get a picture of that. Take all this out. Give it kind of a black and white, kind of eerie look to it. Oh, this would be hot. I wonder if they want to take some money. I'll give them some money. Just want to rent that one spot there for the Halloween screen. It's perfect. Look at that. It's perfect. Got a nice little house behind the back of it. If I get it like on this side right here, that's perfect. Right there between those trees. That'll be excellent. And we got an EcoFlow system. We got a portable unit. We only need like an hour. That's all we need. We can hook everything up, set it up there, and be done. Said they want to make $500. I'll give them $500 for 1 hour just for that spot right there. It's so worth it. You have no idea. This is pretty nice right here, but it's better there because it's got the trees in there set up against that tree, especially if we can get it where we don't have the leaves on it. It's got that kind of bare look to it. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. Definitely gonna have to ask about that. And that's $500 they can their put toward their museum. Or asking for donations. That'd be fantastic. I like how that looks back there. All dogs must be on a leash. Please clean up after your pet. Pick up the dookie. Pretty much. Boy, what if you got a big dog? Man. Whew. I don't get the whole point. It's fertilizer. It really is. Did they ever have how long? See, this is the thing I like to look up. I like to look up like how long had these rules actually been into play. That's what I like to look up. Lehigh Valley Heritage Center. Yeah. Let me see what our dates are here too. Let's hold somebody in there. Let me see. Oh, they're open Saturday from 10 to 4. So from 10 to 4, they're going to be open up. Fantastic. Great. There's our hours right there, 10 to 4. Definitely going to go check this out today. And they said that the festival was going to be running until, what time we got here? We got over our time too. The festival is going to be running until 9 o'clock. So I plan to be there too. Ugh, man. I'm definitely getting old. Don't feel it, but I'm getting old. Brought me a nice weight set for the office. Got a new weight set that I got coming in for the workshop. And got the rowing machine and my chin-up bar and weight set at the home front. And then my sister's husband's a bodybuilder, so he's got plenty of toys over there to play with. Like, oh my God, when did you get this in? Can I try it? Can I try it? Yeah, they got plenty of stuff over there to play around with. Oh, it's over here. I think I'm gonna drink that milkshake with it. I don't want it right now. Five years old. Jeez. 4 years old. It's gonna be 5 years old pretty soon. Now they're gonna bring out a new system. They had to. The launch was jacked up. The launch was really, really messed up. It was. It was really messed up. So they're gonna do it different this time. Hopefully they make it one per person. One per person. It's just too old of a system to put that kind of money into. If it was like a year, yeah, I would put the money into it. But 4 years? No. They can't wait to scrap that system. I'm gonna tell you something right now. The PS5, if I had being a businessman, if that system had a launch like it did, where basically that a lot of people couldn't get their hands on because people were going in and buying up the machines, and it really screwed up the launch pretty bad. And then on top of that, COVID hit. That didn't help at all, period. And it was hard to get parts for the machine to build it and assemble them. Yeah, that system just started off from the door with 2 left feet. So I would just ride it out the best way I can. Still support the other system because it is making them money. That's why it's still here. It shouldn't have been here 4 years later. That system, PS4, should never be existing. Still keep making money for that. You know what I mean? And then when the new system comes out, get rid of the PS4, get rid of the PS5, and start fresh with a brand new system. And this time make it so we have a perfect launch. That's what I would do. I bet you it happens. I bet you it happens. Because, again, they're going to scrap both systems. They're going to get rid of the PS5. It's nothing but a paperweight for them. It's costing them money, and the PS4 shouldn't still be existing, but they need it in order to keep their company afloat. Well, they don't need it, but and that particular part where they invest for their video games, because Sony does other things, I understand that, but the money that they're investing in that branch of their company is probably not doing so well. So if they're still supporting the older gen system, yeah, it's not doing too well. Because truthfully, they got a few games that don't support the PS4. But that's the problem. None of their games should support it. None of them at all. Because that's the next gen system. Look at the Dreamcast, right? Where the Dreamcast was, the Dreamcast system. All the games that were designed for the Dreamcast only support Dreamcast only. They don't support the other systems. So if you look at the library between the PS5 and PS4, there's very little games that don't support the PS4. That tells you right there that they're in trouble. So what they're going to do is when the PS6 system comes out, they can't wait. They're going to get rid of that PS5 and discontinue that unit altogether. They're definitely going to get rid of the the PS4. That's definitely going to be gone because no point keeping that thing around. And I think the only thing they could do that would pretty much keep the PS5 owners happy, make the PS6 backwards compatibility with the PS5 games. That'd be the perfect plan right there. Yep. And then what they'll do is basically, since you have the older collection, your older collection still will work on the on PS6 system, but the new games that they're making won't work on your systems at all. So you're still going to buy either way. I guarantee it's going to happen. So people went out and bought the PS5 thinking that it's going to be around a while. It's not going to be around a while. It's not. The reason why it's not around, it's going to be around a while because it's still supporting the PS4. That's why. It's kind of like, you know, you want to go out and play, but you really can't because you got to watch your little brother. So therefore, you can't do all the things you want to do because, you know, your little brother might find out. That kind of stuff like that. That's what you're doing. It's supporting the little brother. PS4 should have been discontinued a long time ago. And they're still updating it. I'm still getting updates for World War Z. So software companies are still updating the World War Z for the PS4, World War Z for the PS5. That's it. But you're going to have some games like the Grand Theft Auto 6 and Warhammer Space Marines 2 that are not going to be supported by the PS4. But certainly, like I said, if I'm going to cough up that kind of money, I'm not coughing up that kind of money for a system that's been around for 4 years and only a few games run. That's it. I'm just going to build me a PC and I run everything. And when they come up with the PS6, I'll pick it up. Hopefully we don't go through that whole fiasco of that other nonsense that went on. Because I really would like to just walk into a store and buy one. Oh, great goodness. I just thought about this mess. AI is going to be involved in the next one, I guarantee you. If they do decide to do that whole console, buying them up in large quantities, I guarantee AI is going to be involved in that. Because now they got more advanced technology to be able to go in and purchase massive amount of systems. But they could cut that in half by just basically, cut it all in half by saying one per household. Which they should do. When is the launch of the PS6? So they said most likely in 2028. Do you believe that? No. Don't believe that at all, period. That's estimate. That's not basically it set in stone. Oh, I know. If they do anything, this thing, I swear, if this thing comes up, at the PS6, they bring that system out, and it comes up with a freaking 1,000. They put a gig of hard drive space in that thing. I'm done. I'm literally done. I am. I'm done. If they do that, I'm done. That's not going to be a joke. It's literally going to be a joke. Let me see something for a minute. Let's see. How many gigs does Grand Theft Auto 6 use? Oh God, you guys are, okay, I'm sorry. You guys are screwed. You're so screwed, it's not even funny. You know how many gigs that PS6 is going to take up? No, sorry, the GTA 6, 300 gigabytes. Let's see for a minute. Hold on for a minute. You're going to have to update. You don't have a choice. This is going to cost you money. So let me see. So let's talk about, let's see, 300 gigs. God, great. There's nothing for people. We're going to kill that with no problem. That's nothing. But still, are you freaking kidding me? I'm thinking, like, Call of Duty was like 200. 300. Let me see them for a minute. Okay. I got to put this in real quick. God, it's messed up. That is really messed. They're screwed. I'm gonna put it this way: they screwed y'all so badly. It's not even funny. But a terabyte. They give y'all a freaking terabyte. Freaking 300 gigs. Are you kidding me? Do you have anything that's gonna be over 300 gigs? Because all the downloadable contents, DLCs, and everything. Oh my goodness! You know how much YouTube takes in at the end of the day. You know how much it takes in with all the little updates and everything on it. Oh my goodness, that's insane. Hold on. PS5. How much memory? No, I want the PS5. How much memory is the PS5? All right, so the PS5 has 800. Oh, you don't start with a terabyte. You're less than a terabyte. So the PS5 has 825 gigabytes. No, we're not going near this with a 10-foot pole. It's 4 years old. It has, and GTA is going to take how much? I can't imagine what the other. I had 3 games I got to download on this thing. It's going to eat this up. See, the part that people understand that well, you could buy more memory. I shouldn't have to buy more memory. That's the problem. You have no idea how much more memory costs. At the end of the day, I shouldn't have to buy this. If I'm paying this money for this system, I shouldn't have to buy that. It has the same amount of hard drive space that the PS4 has. So why is that so? All right, the PS5 has 825 gigs of solid state drive, solid SSD storage space. But only about, ooh, it's even worse. Why is only 667 gigabytes available after accounting for the operating system? Y'all lower than that? Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. This must be the older unit because I remember the new unit didn't have this. The new one was a terabyte. Y'all only have 825 gigs of solid state drive storage space, but about 667 gigabytes is available after the PS5 custom built drive is designed to be optimized for its 12 channel pathway and has a raw throughput of, I don't care about that. At the end of the day, we got what? 667. I gotta go back and check somebody's. I know somebody who has one of these. I gotta go back and look at their hard drive and what's available on it. I'm curious if this is actually true. That is jacked up. So wait a minute. 300 from this is gonna leave you around 367. Mind, this system still has to do updates. Now I'm sitting there talking to somebody in the forum said, but you can buy more memory. Why the freak am I buying more memory? If I build a PC, you think I'm going out and buying more memory? What do I need it for? I can buy a solid state drive of 5 terabytes. Done. That's it. And it would cost me far less than 350 bucks. That, I'm reading it right here. You're going to see it right here. That's where I'm reading it from. If you can't see that, well, you can't. That is a bunch of crap. Yeah, 4-year-old system. Freaking 667 gigabytes available, accounting after the system's operating system. System comes with 825, so it's not even a terabyte. Oh, freak, that's just stupid. Connecting an external USB drive. Yeah, I know about that already. That costs money too. And you can install an M2 solid state drive. See, if you got to go through all that and you can put an M2 solid state drive into it, why don't you just start it off with 4 terabytes and allow us to be able to connect an external drive we want to upgrade? At least we got 4 terabytes. Do you have any idea how much room you would have, breathing room you would have if it came with 4 terabytes from the door? That means 300 gigs to be able to download GTA 6 would be a cakewalk for you. Yeah, that's not happening. No. Yeah, it comes with a terabyte, but after you take away some of the space to cover the Essence operating system, you're left with 606. That's messed up. Jeez. Yeah, it's messed up. Y'all, I swear, I hate to put it this way. If another PS5 owner ever gets in my face, oh, our system is so and so, it's a leader system. Yeah, right. PS4 has more memory than your PS5 has. The PS4 literally had um, a terabyte. It read a terabyte of hard drive space. So the PS4 has a bigger hard drive space than your system. Do you understand what that comes to? And your system is supposed to be next gen, and the PS4 has a bigger hard drive space. Oh, let me see this for a minute. Hard drive space for the PS4. Now the PS4 system when it first came out were 500 gigabytes. That was the standard PS4. The slim version was larger, had 1 terabyte. Because if you know anything about the whole DRM scandal, you know about that one, where basically when the PS4 and the new Xbox system were toying around with the fact of using DRM, which if you know what that is, basically means you have to be online all the time, and you basically pay for the license of your game, so you technically can't share them, just like PC does. You're doing the same thing, which you're doing already right now. You're literally doing that. When you download a game, yeah, that's what you're doing right now. But you can share the game. They have it better now. You can share your games. And PC does have, PC has something called gift a game, where I can buy a game for somebody else and send it to them. So you do it that way. So if you give them the physical copy, you don't have the physical copy because now you're digitally downloading. So with that being said, they started off toying around with DRM. And Xbox is the one that took the leap first by saying they were going to DRM. They got a bunch of backlash, and their system was around when it first started off with around 500 gigabytes, which is funny because the PS4 was also 500 gigabytes too. And when they seen Xbox dive, crash, and burn in the process, they decided to go, nope, we're not doing it. And they started this campaign called Sharing is Caring, and this is where they came up with the slim model, which had the 1 terabyte. So my system has the 1 terabyte because it's the slim model. And my system has more memory than your PS5 system, which has 667 after the system's operating system rips into that. But they complain that they say, well, we can upgrade it. Yeah, but I've never had to buy an external hard drive or internal hard drive for the PS4. Never. Ever had to do it. And the games are going to be much larger on the PS5, which means you got some problems popping up. So what is Warhammer 40 Marines 2? How big is Warhammer 40 Marines 2? It's 4,000, sorry about that. How much space does this thing take up? Sorry about that. Warhammer 2 Space Marines, how much space does it take up? Here we go. You guys are screwed. Wow! Okay, so this is not bad. It takes up 75 gigs. 75 gigs. It's going to take up 75 gigs. So if I want GTA 6, I want that. All right, that's going to take up, Assassin's Creed, the new one's coming up, but that's going to take up, jeez, you couldn't imagine the nightmare behind that one. All right, so you're up to 375. All right, so let me get over here and let me get the new, don't give me that. The new Assassin's Creed, how much gigs does it take up? $158.75 gig. Forget it. Y'all done. Yeah, I wouldn't go near PS5 if my life depended on it. And just not going to happen now. It's too old of a system for me to dump that kind of money into. It's a lot of money I got to dump to upgrade the hard drive. So if you get the, and I would go with, somebody said we can get the hard drives for like $100. I wouldn't dare stick a third party $100 into an external hard drive, into external port into the PS5, because you would definitely damage your system. And those you're saying what's not going to happen to it, yeah, better safe than sorry. I would get a an official, and that's going to cost you $350 for that. It's too much money to put into a console system. That thing's going to be, that hard drive is like half the price of what that system is. So it's a waste of money. It is a waste of money. And then the fact that the hard drives, the gig requirement for these games are freaking berserk. Like Assassin's Creed is going to be around, the new one coming out in September is going to be 158.75. You got freaking GTA, which is going to be around 300. And then you have freaking Warhammer, which is going to be 75. How much you have left? So it forces you to go out and spend the money for a drive, which you shouldn't be spending to begin with, because when the PS4 came out, it was a terabyte of hard drive space. The first one that came out was 500 because of DRM nonsense. But the one they brought out after that, which was a slim, they're a terabyte from the door. But your system is not even a terabyte from the door. You're less than a terabyte from the door. Way less. You're at 800 something. And even after the system fully updates, you're left at 667. Gee whiz Louise. Yeah, you got burnt on so many levels. It is not even funny. And the fact that they're still supporting the old system 4 years later, they're still supporting that system. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a PC. I'm building the PC. All right, I've got mosquitoes on me. I'm gonna go work on my plans on building my new PC, my gaming PC, my Fallout PC. I'm skipping the PS5. I'm not touching that thing with a 10-foot pole. It's not even worth the money. It really isn't. Because the average consumer is going to find out that when they go in to upload the GTA system, how much of that's going to rip away from your PS5 system. And not only that, well, we all know the GT5 comes with massive DLC updates. And if these DLCs are basically going to match that game, I mean, the DLC is going to be pretty hefty. Pretty hefty. And if they're 20 gigs, that's still bad. And if they're 40 gigs, that's still bad. And you know GTA makes tons of these things, right? You can have 13, 14. They can make, they all different heists and all kinds of stuff they have on their games and stuff, you know. I've downloaded so many different versions of GTA, it's not even funny. Yeah. Not good. All right, people. I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to rechange my plans. I am basically sending back the PS5. I no longer want it. I am going to go out and get myself a nice PC case. And let me see. I'm going to add something to it. I think I'm going to pick up a 4090. And they said they weren't released yet. But I want to get the 5090s too. If they're released already, I'm buying a 5090. I'm getting that today on RTX. But my hard drive space, I'm putting in 100 terabytes into my system. So, you know, like I said, I'm a console fan, but at the end of the day, but it's not worth the money. It's not worth the money. The requirements of what they're asking for to update the system costs too much money. It's like $700 to do the hard drive for this. And it costs more than the system itself right now. And for those who are saying, well, what about the VR? Yeah, right. I would go with the Oculus 3 before I would even touch the Sony VR. Or if I didn't want the Oculus 3, I would go with since I got a PC, I can go with the G2, or I can go with the Index from Steam and get the tracking system installed. So, yeah. All right, people. Got to go.